Hello, my dears. Now, I wasn't originally going to review this particular movie until much later on, but I've decided to fast track it because of the death of one of the actors that are in this particular movie. And, I think yes, the actor who plays Codsworth is no longer with us. So I thought, fast track this bad boy. And yes, I have reviewed the remake already. I think it's better time to review these ones. Now, why have I got two separate copies? Is because there's a couple of extra bonus features on this one. Now, if you've seen the original movie, you've seen the remake, you pretty much would know this particular movie. It is of a young girl who father gets kidnapped by a strange creature and is locked in a castle with pretty much no hope of escape. And she does. Now, this is pretty much one of the few movies in movie history that were, animated history, that were up for a Oscar for Best Movie. Now, that's a rarity in Hollywood, that an animated feature would not just be nominated for an animated one, but also up for the big one and be considered just as good as movies like Silence of the Lambs or Citizen Kane. That is pretty big. And this movie walked away with a couple of really big awards, including, I believe, Best Score, Best Picture, Best Original Song for Beauty and the Beast. And the animation in this is still so well done so many years later, and I love this. Now, I can't count how many times I've seen this movie, and I was one when this bad boy was released, and I don't really remember much of the release of this particular movie, but it has remained in my heart one of my favorites. This and Lion King. I think the animation is so well done. You really believe that the characters are alive, and it's great to see. This is one of the babies of Disney. And the characters are so rich, so vibrant. You've got the bickering between Codsworth and Lumiere. They bicker like an old married couple. And I do believe that the lead animators for both characters fought like a pair of old married couple. Which is really funny that sort of relationship off camera was put into the movie, and they're constantly at each other's throats. Codsworth is very much Mr. Time and wants everything to be done at a certain time, and Lumiere is like, chill. It's weird that I bring both those characters up because both are no longer with us, along with the composer of this particular movie, who barely got to see this. That would be Howard Ashmore. And when the dedication comes up at the end of this movie, I bawl every time. And it was really beautiful to see that he got a posthumous award. Both of these versions have a couple of additional scenes, including a complete and utter cleaning montage with that also has an additional song, which was put back into the Broadway play, but it was actually a deleted song from this one put back into the Broadway play and then put back into the movie. Confusing. Which when they had to do some cleanup after that scene was added in, they had to do a little bit of cleanup touch up because they assumed they cleaned the whole place, but in the movie it was pretty much dirty as hell. Except when we assume that when Belle runs away, he pretty much trashes his bedroom like a teenager. So that was left sort of at its dirty, grimy state. This was actually one of the first times that computer generated images was used in an animated feature. The scene I'm referring to is actually the famous one of the dance. Was used a little bit of computer imaging, and yeah, that scene is still gorgeous to this day, even so many years later. She will continue to be one of my favorites. This movie will be probably to the end of my days will still be continued. The characters are so unique. The story is so rich. You really feel the love of Belle to her father. And when they would translate this to the live action, they had such material to work from because the basis was so well done. And this movie definitely earned a lot of its reputation to be such a darling. This has a very subtle presence. This actually has a presence in the Disneyland. Spite a really crappy movie, which thankfully I have never seen. I'm referring to Beauty and the Beast, Belle's Wonderful Stories, which I've heard is pretty crap. Even it was direct-to-DVD midquel, Belle's Magical Christmas. It was pretty bad. I don't like it myself. But this was even featured in a lot of animated stories. They also made I believe, live action sort of series based around Belle telling stories to kids. And not in the signature yellow dress, but in the more blue and white ensemble. Both are quite iconic. It's a real sort of, she saw a real difference in this particular character, and I think that's why the movie has such a great following to this day. Even to the point, in my collection, I actually have a pop from the remake. I actually have Beast. Yeah, what else can I say about this particular movie? But I love it. I own it twice. It's rare that I will go out and buy the same movie twice because of special features. I rarely will do that. Buy the same movie in two different versions. That shows you how much I love this particular movie. So much I would love to say. The characters are so rich. I cry every time the last petal falls, and that music, it's so well put together, and I can see why it's lasted, and still people talk about it, and they wanted to make a remake of it. Oh, it's so well put together, and I can't wait until I actually get to see Be Our Guest restaurant. So what's your opinions of this particular movie? Are you as hyped as me when it comes to seeing this movie, and how many times have you seen it? Please put it down in the comment section below, and I shall see you very, very soon. Ciao.